Hello, Guadans! How are you? Are you excited for our science class? Let's discover, experiment, and explore. I am teacher Maria Esmeralda, and welcome to our science class. Let's proceed to our lesson 2, motion. What is motion? Motion occurs when there is a change in position of an object with respect to a reference point. Speed or velocity, displacement, acceleration, time. Forces can also act on an object at the same time without doing motion. It happens when the forces acting on the object are balanced and the net force is zero. Balanced forces are the forces that have similar magnitude but act in obverse or opposite directions. Unbalanced forces are the forces that cause the acceleration or movement of an object. Types of motion. First one is translatory motion. All points of a moving body move uniformly along a straight path. For example, when you are in a bicycle, you and the cycle shows translatory motion. Next is linear motion. If an object moves in a straight line, for example, an apple falling from a tree. The second example is pushing up box, and the third example is march past by student on a straight path. Curvilinear motion. If an object moves along a curved line, for example, a car moving on the curved road. The second example, ball kicked by a boy. Second type of motion is circular motion. Moves around a fixed point called axis. Revolution motion, when a body moves in a circular path motion. For example, Earth moving around the sun. Next type, the second type of circular motion is rotatory motion. When a body moves in a way, its parts cover different distances in a given time and undergoes translatory motion. For example, a rotating fan is spinning top. Here are the examples of rotatory motion. Third types of motion is oscillatory motion. When an object swings to a mean position, for example, the pendulum clock the swing. The fourth types of motion is periodic motion, when an object's motion repeats itself after equal intervals of time, for example, the clock. Kinematics. It is the study of motion of bodies without any reference to the cause of motion. Lesson 2.1, Laws of Motion. Sir Isaac Newton, 1643 to 1727, an English physicist and mathematician and considered as one of the greatest scientists of his generation because of his significant contributions to science and mathematics, discovered the law of universal gravitation, which interprets the attraction among every particle in the universe. Newton's discovered the three laws of motion, to wit, law of inertia, law of acceleration, and the law of interaction. Law of inertia, Newton's first law of motion, is the resistance of an object to change in its uniform motion. What is uniform motion? Uniform motion is the motion in a straight line with a constant speed or direction. Law of inertia states that an object at rest remains at rest and an object in constant straight motion remains to be so unless an outside force acts on it. For example, when you fall forward while getting down from a moving bus, experiencing jerk when lift suddenly starts. If you roll a ball, it will continue rolling unless friction or another force stops it. When the car quickly stops and your seatbelt tightens. Law of acceleration. Newton's second law of motion relates mass and force to acceleration. Law of acceleration states that the net force on an object is equal to the product of its mass and acceleration. Acceleration is the rate of which the velocity of a body changes with time. The net force acting on an object in uniform circular motion comes from the centripetal force applied on it. The law of acceleration can be expressed at acceleration is equal to net force over mass, or net force is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration. Law of interaction. Newton's third law of motion states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Interaction is the situation that involves action force and reaction force. The law of interaction can be expressed as force A or B, or equal to negative force B or A. Here are the examples of law of interaction. While you are rowing a boat and want to move forward, you paddle by pushing the water backgrounds, causing you to move forward. If you kick the ball forward with your foot, then the soccer ball kicks your foot backward. If you push the wall with 400 Newton of force, then the wall pushes back you 400 Newton of force too. I hope you enjoyed and learned. See you on our next class. Bye!